Hello, Scorpio. It is Sherri Simpson here, a transformational life coach. It has been a couple of months since I've done one of these, but something today on 8/8 for the August 8th energy leading up to the new moon has inspired me to do this reading for you. So I'm hoping this is going to serve you. If you have any comments or questions, you can contact me below. If you want a private reading, you can contact me below. Remember, this is a general Scorpio reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and anyone else who happens to be cross-watching. So if it doesn't resonate for you exactly the way it comes out, then take what serves you. And often at the end of like a month or the end of a couple of weeks, you'll find that if you go back and watch some of the older videos for myself or for any of the astrologers and psychics who do these readings for you, that a lot of the stuff that didn't make sense actually is relevant after the fact. Now, if we can get to a point where it's relevant now to help you for the month, that is ideal. So while I was shuffling, I was using the John Holland Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards, and 5 cards just fell out. So I'm just going to show you those cards as you're reading, and if I'm guided to pull any more cards, then I'll do that for you. So usually I pull cards based on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body. Usually I also pull cards and read cards not necessarily based on the specific tarot, but usually about the numerology and what direction the person is facing, if it's male or female, if it's upside down or right side up, if it's color of the chakra. So that is usually how I read, just based on my intuition. I'm actually doing a class on how to read in Langford, British Columbia on the 19th, I believe, of August. So if anyone is local to BC and would like to go to that, then let me know. I'm also doing an 11-day ditch resistance training that is online in a private Facebook group that starts on the 11th. It's only $11, and it's going to help you release the resistance that your ego is throwing at you to try to keep you safe, to get you out of your comfort zone so you can actually get into making some of these changes that your soul really desires to make. So I'll leave some information about that underneath the video. So the very first card that ended up falling out for you was the number 1 card, Clarity of Belief. And for this card, I really get the sense that it is way past time for you to be clear about what you believe, because it's a 1, it's an action, it's about you, it's about independence, and it's literally about getting clear from your heart space what it is you want. What is it that you choose to believe in? So many of us have many thoughts that ramble around in our head, and our thoughts actually connect to our beliefs, because a thought that we keep thinking becomes a belief. And many of the thoughts that have been instilled in us since we were kids are societal thoughts, thoughts from our teachers and our mentors and our parents and our family members and our colleagues and our friends. And those aren't necessarily ours. So I want you to step into your heart and ask, what is your belief? What is it that you desire to believe that is for your highest and greatest good, that is for your highest self? What is it that you want to believe in that's going to help you to step into the person that you're choosing to be? A lot of times the beliefs that we have are actually holding us back. They're resisting us, keeping us safe in our comfy, cozy comfort zone so that we're not able to actually move forward. This card makes me think that he is tapping in. He is in the masculine and the masculine self within you. So even if you're a female, you have a female and a masculine side. Because this is a male, this makes me think that literally it's time for the masculine side within you to tap into what the feminine, nurturing, spiritual goddess side of you wishes to create, because you are a balanced being with masculine and feminine aspects to you, and both of them are relevant, both of them are important, and you need to be able to dance between both of them in order to create what it is that you desire to create. So tap into, what does your heart really want? What do you choose to believe from this day forward that is going to guide you in bringing your heart's desire to you? So what he's doing here is he's tapping into his heart center, and he's sending this aspect of change, this butterfly, this heart-centered butterfly into the future to allow him to become the person based on new beliefs. And there's a lot of light blue in this card, which also makes me think this is about you speaking your truth, about you listening to things around you and deciding what you're going to believe in and what you're not going to believe in, and also setting boundaries and sticking to your guns on your own boundaries about what it is that you deserve, what it is that you desire, and what it is that you are choosing to think and believe. So many times when it comes to our thoughts, they're just rambling thoughts that happen over and over again, and they really need to be like flicked and kicked to the curb, because a lot of times those thoughts don't serve us, and those thoughts do become our beliefs. So choose right now, clarify your own beliefs and what you are choosing to believe and create for your own future. The next card that came through was a 5, and it was about challenging times. I get the sense that this is actually about the past, about how you have gone through a lot of challenging times. There's been a lot of change and a lot of transformation. There's a lot of planets in retrograde right now, and we're in the middle of Mercury being retrograde, and we're coming up to the final eclipse. It's literally been a couple of years for Scorpios of challenging times and transformations. And in this picture, it makes me think that you haven't been that happy, that maybe you've been choosing the beliefs and the thoughts that haven't been serving you. And because the sun is shining down in his head, and because the sky is really pink, and that makes me think self-love and self-care and connecting into spirit and tapping into your own intuition and your own guidance, I get the sense that your challenging times are over. And if they're not, they're going to actually be completed quite quickly if you clarify your own beliefs and begin to start acting on what you desire to create and who you really want to be. The next card that came up for you was the Listen card in reverse. And I get the sense that you probably are sick of listening to what other people are saying, and you may even be sick of listening to your own thoughts and your own beliefs because they're not serving you anymore. So I want you to change how you are listening. You want to set an intention that you are going to listen to things that empower you, things that allow you to step into your own confidence and your own personal power and your own abundance. And then you're going to start speaking in that way that allows you to connect through your self-expression and to create a new way of being in the world that serves you. This is a number 2 card. Number 2 is about your sacral chakra, and your sacral chakra is how you create in the world. And if you've been currently creating for most of your lifetime based on what everyone else wants for you or everyone else desires for you, then you probably have been going through challenging times because that hasn't served you. It's not what you want. So if you are going to clarify your beliefs, then you're going to move into a totally new and different place. The next card that came up for you was the Seek the Truth card. And this is literally about you seeking your own truth. Yes, divine wisdom exists. Yes, the universal laws govern all of us. It's just like gravity, the law of attraction, the law of polarity, the law of allowing, the law of manifestation, the law of manifestation, which is creating something in your own tangible reality. But this card makes me think that if you've been listening to everyone else, and if you've been doing what everyone else thinks you should, and if you've been following societal norms, then that's not your truth. And yes, again, we have to follow the universal laws, and that is divine wisdom. But 7 is literally about connecting in to your own sense of divine power. What is your truth? Because your truth is what is in your heart. And that is you, again, coming back to clarifying your own beliefs about what is it that you want? What is it that you want to believe? What is it that you do truly believe? And honestly, it may piss off the people around you because the people around you are likely different than you and they don't believe the same things. Some of us get so like mind washed and brainwashed into believing that we should have a house and a car and a 9-to-5 job, and that we should have like some way to save money and to do all of these things. And it's as though we're like hamsters on the wheel. If that is not your truth, then you really need to tap into this month, especially as this new moon comes on the 11th. What is your truth? Your truth is within you. So if you're asking everybody around you and listening to everyone else's truths, they're not yours. You literally need to tap into you. What does your heart want? If you had all the money and all the time and all the energy to do something, to create something, to be someone, what would that look like? What would you be doing? Who would you be with? What would you be experiencing? What would you be feeling? That is how you actually want to clarify your beliefs and to tap into your own truths, and then to begin listening to what your heart really wants, so that you can, woo, it's making the hair on my arm stand up, so that you can actually tap in and listen to your own guidance. The last card that came up for you was an 8. And I get the sense that it's an 8-day, it's an 8-8 day, because today is August and it's the 8th of August. And I get the sense that possibly you have been controlling the life around you and probably feeling controlled by the people in the life and the experience and the job and your health and all of these things that haven't been working out because you've been going through some challenging times. Well, what if seeking the truth allows you to free yourself of all of the things that you're sick of listening to, and allow you to tap literally into your own personal power and tap into your own guidance and tap into your own higher wisdom? You can control your own reality. One of the things that I teach as part of my coaching program is that creation is up to us. We are creative beings. We are here to create as an aspect of Source. We are co-creators with Source, but Source doesn't care what we create. Source is here to live vicariously through you, which means that your situation and experiences and choices and consequences are going to be totally different than mine, because your soul and my soul are not the same. And that's the way that I believe it should be. That's more fun, it's more inspiring, because you get to choose what you want to create. So let's go through those one more time. You want to clarify your beliefs based on your heart and send those aspects. So start thinking the thoughts that are creating the beliefs that you want to create, and send that into the future so that you are taking the steps of becoming this new person. Allow yourself to acknowledge that times have been challenging. Allow yourself to acknowledge that once you get into your heart space, you can release these challenging times. And you don't want to forget them like they didn't happen, but you can actually take the wisdom of the things of your past and your challenging times and keep those, but release the rest. Release what doesn't serve you. You want to step into a place where you're not listening to what is the chitter chatter going on in your head or in the people around you, because they're not you. They're not creating the same life experience that you are. You may be surrounded with people who are similar to you, and you may be surrounded by people who are totally different. And both of those can serve you, but you really want to listen to what your heart wants. What does your own confidence and personal power want? What is your self-expression edging you forward to create? If you knew that you could do one thing with no limits on time and money, what is it that you would want to create? And can you take steps to move you forward, to clarify that starting today? Can you tap into what is your soul truth? What is it that your soul really wants to do? When it comes to things like, I want to pay off my bills, your soul doesn't care if you pay off your bills. Your soul doesn't even know what money is. If you have something like, oh, I want to save the world, that is not your truth. Your truth and your personal accomplishments and your creations should be something that you can accomplish within the next couple of months up to the next 6 months, and it should be something that is really heart-centered. It is so playful and fun and enjoyable to you that you can't imagine not doing it in this lifetime. So in order to get into that place, you need to allow yourself to release the control on your schedule, to release the control on your time, to release the control on the mental thoughts that are keeping you stuck in your patterns, to see yourself from a higher, more wise perspective, like an eagle view or an owl view, a bird's eye view of what your life looks like. And is that really what you want to live going on into your future? So clarify your beliefs. Tap into what you desire. Start listening, start speaking the thoughts in your head and out loud that you want. And then start listening to your own desires. And allow yourself to release your challenging times and to seek your own truth. And then once you've found your own truth, express that. Express that in a way that creates abundance, in a way that allows you to control your own future and your own desires and your own health and your own abundance, not to be controlled by things that are outside of you. So I'm hoping that was very serving, and if you have any comments or questions, let me know. If you'd like a personal reading, let me know that as well. I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Please, please, please do something wonderful and set new intentions as the new moon comes to us, as the eclipse season ends on August 11th. Namaste.